Hello, welcome back to the Reynoldsville Short Line. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope well. I wanted to give you a couple of updates and talk to you about some stuff got going on. Here's an overpass bridge that's been installed and has some vehicles on it over Eugene Yard. And we're going to just pan over real quick and just kind of foregoing the stuff you've already seen. Move this car out of here. Back here at MCR Packaging, we now have the piping in so that these plastic pellet hoppers can be unloaded. The research I did on this, what happens is one of these is pressurized and one of them's a suction. So the pressure is put into the cars and then it's sucked out with the vacuum side. So that's how those things actually work. And I've put a couple more tanks and some more piping on MCR. Now moving on over, drop down and just show you a quick little graffiti I did. I got that out of a magazine somewhere and I thought it'd be cool and easy enough that somebody like me could do it. And oh yeah, the poured a street / parking area for MCR that goes across the tracks with I used the Woodland Scenics Smooth It. And coming on down, still got to work on the town of Reynoldsville. It's slow going, but over here at Uber Candy, I think last time the piece of wood was under the sign holding it up until it dried. But here's some more piping I've been doing, and just these details. You ever hear the term the devil's in the detail? You start putting some details like these, you know, tanks and the pipes on top of these buildings that you can see the roofs of, and it just really makes them pop. Okay, before I've mentioned my friend Tom. Tom's been graciously doing some scenery work. He brought in some ground cover and put it under the trees and put these trees up on both sides of the river, and they really look good. I mean, this thing looks like a place where I used to go swimming when I was a kid. Now moving on across, all this you've seen before. I explained in the last video what this building was, and we're going to go ahead and going to do something here real quick. I'm going to flash over. I'll do it real slow so nobody gets sick. This is my buddy Tom. This is Tom's Brooks. Now he's a really nice guy, but he don't like bragging on himself. So what I want to show you is Tom made that. Okay? This thing, of course, we still got to put the cross bucks on it. But this thing looks phenomenal, and he made this out of spare pieces of brass and wire and washers that he had around his house. Okay, he made 2 of them for me. Very gracious gift. Now here is a store-bought one, but when you start looking at these, it's like which one's live and which one's Memorex. For those of you that remember that joke, just a beautiful job. I wish I had the skill to do this. Tom just makes me look pathetic, and that's just sharp. Okay, moving on over. Like I said, I explained in the last video what this is. This would be crusher number 2. The main crusher and the quarry would be way off in the distance. So a conveyor brings the aggregate from crusher number 2. Excuse me, from crusher number 1 to crusher number 2. And then goes through here. Now what I've been doing on the cement plant here is on the roof of the loading. Those are known as surge bins. Sometimes with the pressure that's used to load these cars, sometimes there's a surge, and what happens is that extra material goes up in these tanks, which have relief valves in the top, and they let the pressure off. So couple of other things. This little section here, that is where the bag house, and you can see where the truck cement loader has been moved to, and this over here is for the big semi rigs, for them to be loaded. Now I have a couple of those tankers that I've got to get built, and then this is the bag house, but the main thing is the senior work I've been getting done. Want to say props to Thomas McEwen. He taught me through his videos where to go and get this from Scenic Express, and it's been just totally awesome. And as you can see, this scene is really starting to pop. And I'm gonna bring for right now, the crossing gates aren't operating because Tom's been making the new ones. Hopefully by the time the next video gets here, that you'll see operating crossing gates, and they'll be flashing and the bell ringing. But these are just kind of stand-ins for right now. Now, let me show you a couple of other things. Been getting some stuff. Got some porta-johns and some snack and soda machines. And then over here, as I pan over, I'm waiting for a train to get over here. It's oh yeah, I also got a cyclone to gather the dust from the Carolian Grain. The sign fell off, so I've got a piece of masking tape holding it up. But everything's coming along great here. I got the plumbing that's got the guy wires in it, so those are coming. Little detail I did, I added a fire escape with the ladder to go down, a couple of figures on it, out having a break. So I'm really trying to focus on doing the details. Here where the grain is loaded into the hopper cars, I've got some tanks to go on top of it to act the same way that the tanks do for the concrete plant. But I did get them totally different, so you know they don't look the same. They're different. And here we got number 70, which is an Atlas GP7, followed by 71, which is also an Atlas Jeep 7. Those were both built by Cato back in 1990. Had those a long time. I've got Tsunami in both of them, so they just sound wonderful. And train's kind of going slow. Something I've heard before, and I even heard Thomas McEwen mention it, that if you run your trains at slow speed, it actually makes your layout seem larger. So you know, I'm talking during the video, but some people just put stuff on and you know, they just do these little run-bys. And the last car here, this is kind of a trivia question. Does anybody recognize that car? If you do, just put it down in the comments that you know where the car came from. And I'm going to end for now. Again, this is the Reynoldsville short line. A ton of work lately has been done by Thomas Brooks, my son Paul Reynolds, and hopefully a week from yesterday I'll have a surgery and I won't have to use a walker or a wheelchair anymore. So good luck to all you out there. Please keep your comments coming. I love to read them, love to hear about your layouts. Thanks and have a good one. Bye.